And we are live for the second men's game of round 7 in the men's Supa-Liga A competition. We've got an interesting matchup today with AFC, who were unbeaten until a couple of weeks ago, against FutScarbs, who have picked up form in the last 2 weeks after I believe they got a 3-1 win against Perth Pumas and a draw against Phoenix in the last 2 fixtures. So they're definitely no mean feat. We'll quickly run through the lineup. For Perth AFC, we've got Fahad Kassis wearing number 24, Chris Rocky wearing number 17, Danilo Diaz-Neves wearing number 20, Thiago Mesquita wearing 37, Benjamin Thorpe wearing number 9, the goalkeeper Jason Quintiliani wearing 20, and Jack Atfield, who I don't believe is here at the moment, is wearing the number 29. And for the FutScarbs, they're looking like they've got a full bench. They've got Andre Duna wearing number 5, Daniel Barras wearing 19, Bruno Bissan wearing number 16, he's the reserve goalkeeper, Halil Neto wearing 10, Leonardo Ferreira wearing number 6, Kayo Ojema wearing number 11, Alex Pizzoa, number 1, he's the first choice goalkeeper, Victor Armini wearing number 20, Fernando Rezende number 7, Armildo Oliveira wearing number 2, and Eric Mora wearing number 8. So straight away we've had a... Well, it looks like we're going to have a ball change. No, PSI is looking good according to Jonathan Silas. As AFC get us back underway. Ben Thorpe wide. Gives it down the line to Fahad Kassis. The big target. So... yeah, I think FutScarbs, if this ends in a goal, they're not going to be happy, as that was a clear FutScarbs side ball. Silas overruled him. Neves. Thorpe. Back to Neves. Thorpe. Mesquita, the number 37, Kassis. Thorpe. Some nice play here by AFC. They're looking to keep the ball. Neves. Mesquita. Okay. Thorpe looking for the diagonal ball to Kassis. Mesquita wanted it. Neves does well. Some quick feet. The veteran here, number 37, Mesquita. That's a good reverse ball idea, but Barras was all over that one. Daniel Barras, who is an ex-goalkeeper. I know we've had a couple of penalty shootouts against him in our time when we've played him in the lower divisions. So maybe he's promoted himself to an outdoor player, as I know he's heavily involved with the FutScarbs club. Maybe he's pulling rank as he wants to play outfield. Mesquita. Kassis gets away with that as Duna couldn't quite intercept it. Well defended there by Halil Neto. Kassis will take the corner kick here. He goes down the line to Neves, who goes wide to Mesquita. He wants to take on Ferreira. Stands up. Kassis. They're using him pretty well in the early stages, getting him to hold up the ball. Neves gives it away again to Barros, and he's got another chance. Daniel Barros, and twice he's broke away with a toe poke. FutScarbs are actually yet to complete a pass, but they've had 2 shots, so maybe that's the way they're going, and they could be on here. Still yet to complete a pass, and there we go. First pass of the game. FutScarbs, and now they're moving the ball. Andre Duna tries to take on Kassis. Kassis, that's a lovely ball to Neves. Back post to Thorpe. That is an exceptional save there from the number 1 Pizzoa. That was a great save. Thorpe down the line to Chris Rocky, who's just checked on. He's a big target. He's been playing in the league for years. Well known. Another good save there by Pizzoa. Chris Rocky, an ex-Northern Hawks man in years gone by. So here we are, Quintiliani. He goes wide to Mosquito, who gives it away, and Ferreira's got an open goal. And that is 1-0 to the FutScarbs boys as Mosquito give away an extremely easy pass. And FutScarbs have completed 3 passes this game to AFC's 43, and yet FutScarbs find themselves 1-0 up. So maybe they're going to go for defend first, pass later option, as AFC want to get back in this game quickly, as Luke Christie's going to check in. He scored a screamer a couple of weeks ago, featured in the goal of the round. Neves. Christie. We apologise for the green blob on the screen at the moment. Not 100% sure what is going on with that. So I'll try, call it as best I can. As Resende's just checked in. Now we've gone black and we're back to normal. Resende. Andre Duna. Ojima just couldn't quite stretch for that one. Mosquito. That was Neves, and he gives it wide to Christie, the youngster. Mosquito goes down the line. Rocky on the toe poke. Andre Duna blocked that well. Corner ball here. That was Rocky. He gives it to Mosquito. He'll want to make up for giving the ball away to Ferreira for that tap in. Mosquito. Neves. And Danilo Neves. Ojima. He's being dispossessed there, running into trouble. And Neves, he's made up for that with an extremely good slide tackle. But you do not want to be giving the ball away there to a man of Danilo Neves' quality. Mosquito, the player coach, Neves, to Christie. He's started well. He does it again here. Luke Christie cuts in on his left, gives it to Mosquito, toe poke. He's double teamed and well defended there by the FutScarbs boys. It's a side ball here for FutScarbs. Amani's started it. Chris Rocky's going to come forward with it. In unfamiliar territory, normally he's at target, but he's staying at the back for now. And Amani's got it. And he passes to nobody in particular. Neves. Christie. I'm not sure what's going on here. AFC, they seem to be at 6s and 7s. Hopefully for their sake they haven't turned up and thought this is going to be a walkover, because no team in this league is a walkover. Nice feet there by Resende, and he actually hit into his own man, but he could be trouble if he's going to bring them fast feet to today's proceedings. Ben Thorpe to Cassis. He just about gets it under control. He's pressing high. Luke Christie gives to Ben Thorpe. That's a better ball. Thorpe to Neves. Cassis. Another great save there. Ben Thorpe. Neves. Oh no. He won't be happy with that one, Pizzoa, as he's made 3 exceptional saves this game, and he's let that one, he's obviously just taken his eye off it. But AFC will take them as they come. We'll see the replay here. He seems to just look up. Took his eye off the ball. Resende. He chips that one into touch. Luke Christie will take the side ball. No, he won't. He gives it to Thorpe. Christie. Mosquito down the line to Cassis, who turns well. That's a better save there by Pizzoa. He definitely doesn't need to let that goal get his head down, as he's had an exceptional start to the game. As Mosquito was pressed high there by the number 20 Armani. Resende. Najoma gives it in between Resende and Ben Thorpe, well defended. Mosquito. Armini, Resende gives it back to Armini. Cease is going to take it. So I think what's interesting to note here is AFC's player coach, Tiago Mosquito. Normally when it's a player coach, they don't so much play. They normally do the majority of the coaching, but he plays heavy minutes for AFC and does the subs while he's playing. Definitely not easy. But if it works, it works. Chris Rocky. That's not Rocky, that's Christie. That would have been some goal there. But another good save by Pizzoa, who again, I'll say it, has started extremely well, minus the goal he's conceded. Mosquito. Cassis. Mosquito to Ben Thorpe. So Ben Thorpe is a left-footed player, but he's not bad with both feet. So they will want to watch out for Ben Thorpe. He's a bit of an unknown quantity in this league, but I've seen him play a few times and definitely a highly rated youngster in WA. Duna. Ooh. Tried to give that to Armini and he just lost his footing at the wrong time. Mosquito. Christie. As Rocky fouls Andre Duna. And FutScarbs want to get on with it here. Some nice feet, but Mosquito's intercepted it. As Armini, and he goes for a snapshot toe poke. Quintiliani rolls it out to Mosquito. As Daniel Barros actually got sent to the floor there after Benjamin Thorpe did actually beat him, and then he's tried to beat him again. As Tiago Mosquito was pointing out there, he'd already beaten him. He doesn't need to do him once over, as Mosquito goes for the flick that cost him the goal the first time, but he executes it a little bit better this time. Christie, nice ball there to Thorpe, switches the play. Mosquito to Cassis, and I think what's clear is FutScarbs are looking to just absorb the pressure, sit halfway and counter-attack when they can. And it's AFC with all the possession. Mosquito, and he's trying to dictate the play as Tiago Mosquito. He's not doing a bad job, they're just not creating that many clear-cut chances, as they are trying to play with their target, which is a good idea. Just having a quick look at the stats. AFC have completed already 104 passes. The FutScarbs are yet to hit 30. And Rocky did well there. Chrissy couldn't quite get that one under control. was unlucky. It was a good idea there by FutScarbs. Duna not happy with his teammate. Daniela Neves is back on. So I believe he is about 37 years old. And he's still playing at a really high level of futsal. Definitely an extremely elite player back in his prime, and I'd argue he still is an elite player. Thorpe. Gives to Mosquito. That was a nice check run there by Ben Thorpe into the middle. It kind of opened up a bit of space, but no one was there at that back post. Ben Evers' ball. Hello Neto, he's checked back on. Duna, Neto. And that's a good area. Forces Quintiliani into a decision there, whether to kick it out or try and keep possession. He decided to put this one into touch. So here we go, FutScarbs with a more sustained bit of possession. Duna. Down the line to Barros. That one was lost possession, and Neves trying to take on Andre Duna. Couldn't do so. Chris Rocky comes forward with it. Neves, and a bit of a heavy touch there.
And now Pizzoa. And down the line, finding Barros. Mora. Halil Neto. And Duna being pressed by Mosquito. Wants to foul. Through the middle to Mora. And still going. Rocky with a chance. But he's pulled that one wide at the near post. And now Pizzoa to Ferreira. And the ball down the line by Neto. Ferreira in a foot race with Chris Rocky. The AFC number 17 winning that race and now coming to the bench. A timeout called by Perth. A 1-1 courtesy of the early goal by, I believe, Leonardo Ferreira, and then the equaliser from Danilo Neves. 3 minutes left in this first half in a very closely contested contest. AFC with the majority of the possession, but FutScarbs, who are happy to sit back, have broken them down on the counter on a few occasions. Both sides with a lot of quality and experience have been battling against each other across numerous competitions in the last decade or so. Andre Duna and Daniel Barros for FutScarbs, who have been in the game a long time. Likewise, Thiago Mesquita and Danilo Neves for Perth AFC. And now Christie, one of the youngsters on the court. A midfielder for Fremantle City in the outdoor game, and was Cassis fouled? Silas had a good view of it and he says no. And now Fernando Rosende. The ball down the line, but it's intercepted by Neves, who can dribble at Rosende, and good feet to skip the challenge. Christie, and back to Neves. Now Christie, one-on-one with Rosende, gets beyond him. Thorpe, far-head Cassis, stalls the shot, then back out to Thorpe, who fires on the left boot, but it's not one of his finest attempts. And now on the counter-attack, Lira de Souza with a chance, but couldn't get his touch right. Lira de Souza, man of the match last week in their narrow 2-1 victory over the Perth Pumas. AFC coming off the back of a 3-3 draw against Phoenix, who came from behind that game. They were leading for almost all of the match. Had a 3-1 lead, only 5 or so minutes from time, but it was an Abdul Farah late equaliser that resulted in the points being shared. Is that one by FutScarbs cleared behind, or cleared away rather. And Cassis You can see this is a set play they like to use a lot. Bringing Quintiliani up, and now Neves looking for the back post. Quintiliani's off his line, and Fernando Resende looking to make them pay again, but couldn't direct the shot. Goal bound on this occasion. AFC getting a little bit lucky. It's definitely an effective play bringing Quintiliani up, but they've got to be conservative in possession of the ball and not waste it like they've done in a couple of occasions. There's Halil Neto. Now this for Resende, who's being pressed, and he has no real option but to put that one into touch. He's taken quickly. Neves to Ben Thorpe. And Thorpe looks to spin around, but Resende defends well. And will we see Quintiliani up for this one? It doesn't look like it. Luke Christie. And that's one off him by Lura de Souza, but Neves on his case. And now with Quintiliani, Neves, he can bring it forward. He's so lethal and skips the challenge and can't get beyond Ferreira. But the AFC will get it back from the side. It's Viago Mesquita, the captain on now, the player coach. He can do it all. The experienced veteran, and he uses Jason Quintiliani, who plays Neves across to Luke Christie, isolating himself in those 1v1 scenarios where he's oh so dangerous. And now that one's into Cassis, but Cassis can't find a teammate with the layoff. Lira de Souza. Neves again now. We've been saying his name so often, and he unleashes Mosquito, ball to the back post, but it's dealt with by Pizzoa, who unleashes Ferreira on the counter-attack. However, Luke Christie does well. And Lira de Souza down the line. Fernando Resende 1v1 with Mosquito, and uses Lira de Souza, who goes on the left. And he's won a corner for FutScarbs. And 35 seconds left in this first half. Will we have a late goal? Resende, Neto, and looking for that back post, but it wasn't touched on the way through. AFC will get it back from the side, and Luke Christie just slowing it down now. The Aqua Mosquito. He's got Neves and Christie culling up the flanks. Back to Mesquita. Rocky is looking for the ball at target. They've got 17 seconds left in the half to make it work. And Rocky gets on it now and spins inside. He's looking for that ball through to Mesquita, but they weren't quite on the same wavelength. And with 5 seconds left, I think it's going to go into halftime at 1-1. Luke Christie's shot on the halftime whistle to round things off, and it was the early goal from Leo Ferreira giving FutScarbs the advantage, but it was pegged back midway through the half by none other than Danilo Neves. We will have a momentary break, but to round off the night of games, what a contest we've got in our hands. Grab yourselves a drink and a snack. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a couple with all the action from the second half. And as we drop the mic there, we're back with the second half coverage. Halil Neto. And plays Oyema, who's out on the right-hand flank. Back in the middle to Duna. And now Armani. Andre Duna to Oyema, who's under pressure from Christie. And now Neves! And we've been repeating his name over and over. Danilo Neves nearly finding himself on their score sheet once again. He's been the standout for Perth AFC this season so far. And you don't see that changing anytime soon. As Rocky Mesquita in the middle to Christie and back to Thiago Mesquita. And a rare loose touch from Danilo Neves. And I think one thing that's important to mention is AFC are without one of their superstars, Claudio Tavares, today. So should the result fall disfavourably for them, we know the excuse they'll be using Claudio Tavares. I know the World Cup's on, but you need to get your priorities straight, young man. As Christie on the ball now. Mesquita, Neves, and back to Mesquita, who has Christie. And again, Christie always looking for the one-on-ones, but opts back out with Mesquita. And Christie on it again. Back to Mesquita, who's got room to shoot. Hesitates on pulling the trigger and finds Neves in the corner. In the middle, Chris Rocky on the slide, but couldn't get the power on the shot. Now a chance for FutScarbs on the break, but AFC get back in numbers very quickly. And Rocky, good use of the body there to come out on top in the tussle with Armani. And now Mesquita, AFC nice and deep, and they're bringing it up now. Neves dribbling at defenders like he likes to do, and Christie. Armani does enough. Christie to Thiago Mesquita. And now Neves. Ball inside, and he's found Christie. Can he fire off the shot? Not enough room to do so. And that one will fall through to Quintiliani, who has only got 4 seconds in his own half. He's got to be a little quicker, and he gets in the attacking half eventually. And that's given away again by Mesquita. Oyema over the top. It's going to go in. Oyema's done it. 2 goals into an empty net for FutScarbs, and they find themselves in the lead. Definitely against the runner play, but they're not going to mind one little bit. And Oyema just seeing Quintiliani off his line after they were playing the 5th man, and we haven't caught it back on the replay, unfortunately. But FutScarbs could cause a surprise upset. AFC aren't happy. I think it might have been Mesquita who was the culprit in giving the ball away again, and he's going to look to make amends. One-on-one with the goal scorer, Oyema. And Mesquita takes him down the line. And they'll roll in toe poke for Thiago Mesquita. They've got a corner now. And up the line to Luke Christie. And inside, Ben Thorpe. And his shot blazed over the bar. And Pizzoa to the feet of Neto, who goes down the line looking for Andre Duna. He's being pressed by 2, but does well. And does really well there, Duna. He was fouled. Christie can't believe it. But he's got to get on with it. He's got the caliber to change the game, Luke Christie, but he doesn't want to let the decisions get in his head too much. Just got to focus on getting his side back in the game. That was a good strike from Neto. He looked to pick out that top corner. Quintiliani stood still, and thankfully for the man in orange for AFC, it wasn't on target, because I'm not sure he was getting there. Leaves for Christie into the corner. Far ahead Cassis, and out wide to Christie. And you can see what the Perth boys were trying to do. It was a good bit of link-up play between Cassis and Christie, but Christie needed to be half a second earlier. And now Oyema, he's got Armani inside, but can't find him. And now Halil Neto, Resende, and back rolls it to Neto. Armani in the corner, and that's a good tackle from Luke Christie. Now FutScarbs with a chance from the side ball. Neto looking to line this one up, you'd be thinking. And he is. Neto fires in at the near post as Thiago Mesquita checks off to the bench. Neves back on. And if anyone can change the game, it's going to be the number 20. I say this man, Luke Christie, on the ball now would be the close second. As Ben Thorpe on the left foot again. And that one, not one of his finest efforts. Scuffed the shot a little bit and rode wide of Pizzoa's goal. As more, it was Ferreira rather. And Neves in front. And now Luke Christie, a rare loose touch from the youngster wearing number 29. And Jonathan Silas pushing that side ball into FutScarbs half. And Resende, he's being pressed high, strong for options, but finds Ferreira. And a loose touch. They've got to be efficient now, AFC. But Resende, a gallant piece of defending acumen, or defensive acumen rather, as Danilo Neves. And he goes for the shot, but can't find the target. And AFC, they've controlled a large proportion of the game, but they haven't been testing Pessoa enough. They did a couple of times early in the first half, but in the second half, they have been creating the opportunities, just not hitting the target. As Benthorpe to Neves, who loves these one-on-one scenarios and looks to take Oyema down the line. And the ball in the middle was intercepted. Resende had a couple to beat, and they did enough, the AFC defense, to force him to put it out. Is Thiago Mesquita back on now. And Neves, a ball in the middle. It's one back, and now a chance for the Resende. Fernando Resende for FutScarbs, but it's blocked. And that was a big opportunity there, but Neves hot on his tail, along with that Benthorpe again, tracking back very well. They may be down, but they're certainly not out, and you can see the hunger in all their eyes. They don't want to drop points for the third time, or for the third consecutive week, I should say. They had a flawless record going into the first 4 games or so, then picked up the first victory to the West Coast Cobras and lost to Phoenix last week. As Neves in a tussle, and now Ferreira, who resets with Armani. Resende being pressed high by Benthorpe, and Neves is on the inside, looking for the back post, but blocked by Resende. And now Mesquita with a chance to shoot! Oh, he saw that late there, Pessoa. I'm not sure how he got the leg down, or was it Rocky that... Must have been Rocky that blocked it on the line. Unbelievable. If he had left it, I think it would have gone in. Mesquita can't believe it. Nor can the AFC fans. Ben James and Laurie Quintiliani in their crowd are lost for words. And now Neves fires but blocked. Mesquita, it's all AFC at the moment. How long can FutScarbs absorb the pressure for? 11 minutes in futsal is a long time, and at the final 2 minutes is being stop clock, and it can quite easily equate to almost 15. As Mesquita, Danilo Neves releases Benthorpe, and the toe poke, it's got to go in. Thorpe, it took a deflection on the way through, but that's the goal AFC needed. We'll see if we caught it back on the replay. Benthorpe with a very important goal. And I'm not sure what happened there. It didn't work. But nevertheless, whatever AFC did, it did work. That's a loose ball from Ferreira. And you'd have to say AFC are going to have the momentum now. They've come back once. They've done it again. But Lightning probably doesn't strike 3 times. I don't think they're going to get caught out with Quintiliani off his line again. You can see he's right on the edge of his D. He's not coming out too far. And now Neves, 1v1. Ferreira's on his case, and Bissan, is it still alive? It was Pessoa rather, and he does enough to hold on to it. Now Ferreira, the ball over the top. Couldn't bring it down. Mesquita, Jason Quintiliani, and back to Thiago Mesquita. Neves in the middle. Rocky out wide. And Mesquita again spreads play out to Neves. Looking for Rocky at the back post. But Pessoa is slid in and cleaned up the scraps. And just under the 10-minute mark now, Benthorpe, Neves, Mesquita. So much possession from AFC. Can they make it count with a goal? And that's an amazing goal! Benthorpe on the right foot into the top corner. Unbelievable! Within a minute of them being down 2-1, the individual brilliance from the youngster puts AFC in the lead. And we've got a timeout and a timely one at that for FutScarbs. We'll have a look at a couple of the saves of the round from last week. And we'll... And both teams take the court. AFC, who were only down moments ago, now find themselves in the lead, and FutScarbs have it all to do. Will we see AFC switch it up and sit back a little bit, or will we see them continue to press high and keep the Lions' share of possession? And Ferreira, Andre Duna, Oyema, and out wide to Ferreira. Rocky's on his case and prompts the error. And now Mosquito. Ben Thorpe, the hero so far. Is he going to score another? Neves, the goal scorer, the first goal for the Reds. And now Mosquito has got Ben Thorpe on the overlap. Mosquito with the toe poke, and 4-2. How quickly this game has turned around. And Thiago Mosquito, we said it in the first half, he's a man full of wisdom and experience, and nothing more than that being shown. You can just see he finds the gap in the middle of the court and toe poke, boom! And 4-2 to AFC. Only moments ago, they were down 2-1, but you think that would be enough for the 3 points now. And Lira D'Souza can he repeat his heroics of last week. Not on this occasion. Neto, shots like that aren't going to cut it. And Quintiliani, in fact, it's a side ball. Danilo Neves, now it's with Quintiliani. And Neves is just going to walk this one up. Despite the fact that FutScarbs are losing, they're still happy to sit halfway. And Thorpe beats him down the byline. But it's hit the side netting. In fact, it did take a touch on the way through. But Ben Thorpe, he's set the game alight. He's setting the league alight. And now Mosquito cuts inside, but it's blocked this time. Thorpe on the follow-up. Ball to the back post. And Neves, not one of his finer attempts on goal. I'm trying to work out if that was a pass or a shot. As Yema, he's got to be careful, almost a 4-second violation. And Lira D'Souza, the big pivot on now, but that's a poor layoff. And it'll be an AFC ball. Ben Thorpe checking off to the bench. His work's done. And Luke Christie didn't step inside the court before he took the kick in. It's a turnover now. He's not happy. Neto, ball out to Oyema. And uses the flank even wider to find Resende. Resende's under pressure and he got the foul. Cassis, the culprit, thumbs up to the referee. He's not complaining. And now Resende, they're going to have to make something happen and they're going to have to do it quickly. Resende, Neto, toe poke. A weak effort, really. Mosquito with the back row. And the ball through from Neves, but Mosquito couldn't turn around quickly enough to get onto it. And Resende, a loose pass. Tired legs for the FutScarbs. They've done a lot of defending today. And that ball inside to Christie. And back out wide to Mosquito. Cassis, block shot. Lira D'Souza. And a poor pass. Mosquito taking his time with this one. And across the court to Neves. Mosquito, toe poke, but this time he couldn't find the target. It's into the side netting. And Oyima. Resende. Gotta be careful. Through the legs of Cassis. Christie receives in front but loses his touch. And Lira de Souza looks like he got hit in the jaw. The referee's not buying it. Now Christie. Mesquita. And AFC are happy to slow down the game or run the clock down. They're not in any rush. A 4-2 lead is exactly where they want to be. And Christie and Mesquita can bounce the ball back and forth. And now Neves joins in on the fun. And now FutScarbs realise they need a press. And it works for them, putting Neves under a bit of pressure. However, he only gets it back from the side. Christie, Farhead Cassis. Neves looking through for Cassis, and they'll get a side ball deep into their attacking half on the far side of the court. Neves looks like he'll be the one to take. And the man that scored a brace, Ben Thorpe, back on. Should I say the young man? He's only 18 years of age, but will teach these older guys a thing or two. However, Lira de Souza looks like he wanted to teach Ben Thorpe a lesson, but not a fair one at that. Shoved him into the wall and picks up a yellow card for his troubles. We're glad Ben didn't hurt himself in the process. Now he's lining this one up, but for anyone that knows Ben Thorpe, he's a left footer, so it doesn't look like he'll be shooting with the stance he's taken. And I'm right, he goes to Christie. And now Thorpe, back to Christie. And out wide to Neves, who plays Thorpe again. And now Christie, they're just keeping possession. AFC, every second that ticks down is a second the closer they are to victory. Inside to Cassis, and back row's looking for Thorpe, but they're not on the same wavelength there. However, Cassis comes through like a raging bull and wins it back. And now Neves and Rocky back on for Cassis. And Thorpe, they're just moving the ball, and that's a great little back row. And that one, another bad foul. Neto picking up the yellow card. And AFC have a free kick, but it's a couple of meters closer to goal this time. Will we see them try shoot, perhaps? Neves has definitely got a good shot on him. He can test Fazoa from this range, and instead he goes in the middle for Thorpe, who looks for the hat-trick. Christie, he's under pressure, and he tries to use the Johan Cruyff turn, but doesn't pay off for him this time around. Christie, Thorpe. And the ball down the line from Neves, a good one. And inside to Rocky, back out to Christie. Squares it for Rocky, but Duna does enough. And Duna does well. Gets the ball out to Oyima. Neto. Duna. And that's a foul on Duna by Luke Christie. Victim turns culprit. And FutScarbs, you think you're going to have to score here if they want to get themselves within a chance. Neto has definitely got a powerful strike on him, the number 10. And if any of them could work Quintiliani, I think it would be him. It looks like it will be Neto to take the free kick. Roughly 10 meters from goal. An opportunity for FutScarbs they really have to make count. Neto standing over it. Oyima to his left for Zende on the right. And Neto goes direct for the shot. However, it's blocked by the wall. Neto again, and a deflection on the way through, but not fooling Quintiliani. And Neves. Rocky back to Neves, who's assessing his options and uses Christie. And in the middle, Neves is going to get there, but his touch not close enough to keep it in. Duna. Resende. In the middle. And one back by Neves. And Duna. Oyema. Out wide. Duna. Through the middle, but it's blocked. A nice little scoop ball from Thorpe. A minute left now. And Rocky wanted it on the overlap. Now Resende. Neto stumbles over. And now Ben Thorpe's away. He's got Rocky if he wants him. Looks for the ball to the back post. But now a chance for FutScarbs. Can they finish? Quintiliani. Resende on the follow-up, and he couldn't direct it goal bound. And with 41 seconds left, looks like it's going to be AFC's 3 points. They've bounced back after a rough couple of weeks. And now a chance for another. Oh, that's a good save by Pessoa. Rocky on the right foot. Still a very lethal effort on net. And Rocky. Christie. Thorpe. Evades the challenge nicely. Christie. Thorpe again. And time running out for FutScarbs. They're going to have to start throwing everything at it, even if it might mean being vulnerable on the counter-attack. But even then, I don't think there's going to be enough time. 16 seconds left. It's going to be AFC's game. And just going through the goal scorers, it was Ferreira and Oyema for FutScarbs, with Danilo Neves, Thiago Mosquita, and a brace from who I think should get the man of the match today, Ben Thorpe, is with 3 or 5 seconds left rather. AFC will just run down the clock. Unless one last chance. Nope, the final whistle goes, and a good victory for AFC, 4 goals to 2. Rounding out all the fixtures for this evening. We hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll be back in a moment with the full-time statistics.
And just a quick run through of the stats. So AFC with 349 completed passes and FutScarbs with 205. That was a much improved after being on less than 50, almost the end of the first half. Passing percentages, obviously AFC very accurate there with 78, FutScarbs 66, and you could see AFC dominated there with the strings of 5+ passes, so with 20 to 8. So I think overall there, AFC were the deserved winners. It was a good game. We'll see you tomorrow to continue round 7. Good night.